Hello friends, my name is Habib. Today we are going to learn Python. So first, since I'm using Linux, I'm going to open up my console. So now what I wanted to say is that first we have to install Python. To install Python, right? Python install, and then click on download Python, python.org, or you could just write www.python.org, which is going to open up the official Python page. Then click on downloads, and then if you're a Windows user, click on downloads Python 3.11.1, and then follow the instructions. But since I'm using Linux, I'm going to open up the terminal and write sudo pacman -sy python 3 . Yes. Now what this is going to do is that it is going to install Python for me. Now if I write python version, then if I write python 3 version, it's going to show me the version. Now if you're using another Linux distro like Ubuntu, you just have to write sudo apt install python 3. Now let's close this and open up VS Code. Once VS Code is open, click on File, Open Folder. Then go to Documents, New Folder, and name this Python. Create, and then open. Now once you've done that, create a new file naming it index.py. Now click on Terminal, New Terminal, and then write python 3 index.py, which is not going to run anything since we haven't really done anything in it. So now, if you want to print something in Python, write print, and then what you want to print, which is hello for me. Now it says hello, but if you write print hello world, you will see it is going to print hello world. But if I add a /n after this, then you will see that the world is left a space between hello and world. So now I can remove this and then write hello world, which is going to see it's going to write world on a different line. That's because /n, it puts whatever is after it on a different line. So now I can write hello world /n, and now you see you put them on different lines. So yeah, that's good and all. So now that you know how print statements work, I also need to talk to you about variables. So a variable is basically something used to store data, if you haven't heard of that before. So now I'm going to write x equals 10 print x. Now you will see it is going to print 10 But if I just write print 10, it's also going to print 10. So yeah, if you could just write print 10 instead of doing all this, you might be wondering, so what do we need variables for if, we could just write print 10 instead of doing all this? Well, if I write something like, I'm going to remove this variable, print there was a man named. So anyways, now if you write something like there was a man named plus Habib dot a space, so I'm going to create a new line and then write Habib loved to eat, and then print a new line. His age was 10, and lastly I'm going to write he didn't like being 10. Now let me just remove this plus since it's completely unnecessary. Now if we run this Python file, it is going to say there was a man named Habib. Habib loved to eat. His age was 10. He didn't like being 10. But if we try to change his name to something like Ha, you'll see it will be very tedious since we have to change the name manually for each of the print statements. So that's where variables come in. So if I write name equals Habib, and then I also write age equals 10. Now, instead of saying there was a man named Habib, I could just write there was a man named plus name, and then name plus love to eat. His age was plus age, and then he didn't like being plus age. Now if we run this, you will see that there is an error. So now if you want to fix this error, you have to introduce this something like str age, which is going to convert this age into string. Now you can see there was a man named Habib. Habib loved to eat. His age was 10 and he didn't like being 10. So now if we change this age to 20, you will see it is going to affect both of them. And if we change the name to Hab, it's going to affect both of them. But now we had to change this age thing to string because, yeah. But there's a way to do this that is a million times more efficient using formatting. So now instead of using plus name all the time, remove these. Instead, we can write, we can put F before all these. No, not capital F, lowercase f. F. Now, there was a man named. Now we can add curly braces and then put name in it. And then do that for the second one. Do that for the third one, except put age this time. And do that for the last one. Now if we run this, you'll see you have the same result, except that it is more efficient than the previous method we used. Anyways, that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel, ObaCode. Bye!